Imagine a billionaire investor like Warren Buffett not jet setting across the globe or micromanaging an empire from a high rise office, but quietly reading newspapers in his unassuming Omaha home while his wealth swells by tens of millions each year through the silent power of investments. Now picture the typical 30-something office worker clocking in day after day, pinching pennies to save a couple $100 a month after bills, only to watch it all feel like drops in an endless ocean. This stark divide isn't about genius or luck. It's a fundamental truth about money that most overlook, one that could redefine your financial future if you grasp it early. In an era where everyday costs climb relentlessly, groceries up 20% in recent years, rent swallowing half a paycheck, and unexpected hits like car repairs wiping out savings, the average person feels trapped in a financial treadmill. The pressure mounts invisibly. Wages stagnate while desires for a better life pull harder, leading to burnout and quiet desperation. For ordinary folks, this isn't abstract economics. It's the daily grind of choosing between a family vacation or padding the emergency fund, all while wondering if true security is just a myth reserved for the elite. This tension breeds a cycle where ambition flickers, but discipline often falters, leaving millions stuck far from the wealth they dream of. So, what makes that first $100,000 in savings and investments the pivotal threshold that flips the script, turning painstaking effort into effortless momentum? Why is it the hardest to reach, yet the gateway to everything that follows? Let's unravel this through the lens of a real life journey, one that mirrors what countless people experience. Meet Jordan, a 25-year-old software developer starting his career in a bustling city like Chicago back in 2015. Fresh out of college, Jordan lands a job paying $65,000 a year, decent but not extravagant. After taxes, rent for a modest apartment eats up $1,500 monthly. Student loans take another $450, and basics like food, utilities, and transportation claim $800 more. What's left? About $1,000 if he's careful. Jordan hears the advice: save and invest early. He sets a goal to build wealth, not for flashy cars or mansions, but for freedom, maybe early retirement or the ability to weather life's storms without panic. In those initial years, the process feels like pushing a boulder uphill. Jordan commits to saving $600 a month, stashing it in a simple brokerage account invested in a broad stock market fund, like one tracking the S&P 500. No fancy trades, just steady contributions. By the end of the year one, with average market returns around 7 to 10%, his balance hits about $7,500, including a bit of growth. It's progress, but tiny. He skips happy hours with coworkers, opts for home-cooked meals over takeout, and drives a beat-up Honda instead of upgrading. The psychological toll creeps in. Friends post about trips to Europe or new gadgets on social media, and Jordan wonders if he's missing out on life for some distant payoff. Fast forward 3 years, Jordan gets a raise to $75,000, bumps his savings to $700 monthly. His portfolio now sits at around $28,000. Market dips hit, a 10% drop in 1 year, erases months of gains, testing his resolve. He reads about compounding, but doesn't feel it yet. The growth is mostly from his own deposits, not the magic of interest on interest. Temptations arise: a sleek new phone for $1,000 or dipping into savings for a weekend getaway. Jordan resists, but it's exhausting. This phase exposes the raw truth: building from scratch demands ironclad discipline amid a world designed to make you spend. By year seven, things subtly shift. Salary now at $95,000, thanks to promotions, savings rate at $900 a month. The balance crosses $80,000. Now compounding whispers louder. At 8% average annual returns, that chunk generates about $6,400 in gains yearly, nearly matching his early monthly saves. It's like the investments start pulling their weight. Jordan notices during a good market year, his balance jumps $15,000 without extra effort from him. The boulder crests the hill and begins to roll on its own. Hitting $100,000 around year eight feels monumental. Suddenly the math accelerates. That milestone produces $7,000 to $10,000 in annual returns alone, depending on the market. Jordan's story speeds up. By year 12, it's $200,000. Year 15, over $350,000. He didn't become a stock picking wizard or strike it rich overnight. He simply endured the slow start, letting time and consistency unleash exponential growth. This narrative isn't unique. It's echoed in data from financial firms like Fidelity, where accounts reaching six figures early see their wealth double and triple far faster than those lingering below. At its core, this transformation hinges on the mechanics of compounding, often dubbed the snowball effect. Start with a small ball of snow at the top of a mountain. It takes effort to pack and push it, but as it rolls, it gathers more snow, growing larger and faster with each turn. Money works the same. Your initial savings are the core, hard earned through cuts and choices. Early on, growth is linear. What you put in is what you get, plus a trickle of interest. But cross that $100,000 line and the interest earns interest, creating a feedback loop. For instance, $100,000 at 7% yields $7,000 year one. Reinvest, and next year it's 7% on $107,000, about $7,490. Over decades, this explodes. In 10 years, it could double to $200,000 without adding a dime. Yet the real barrier isn't the math, it's the mind. Human psychology, wired for instant rewards, clashes with this delayed gratification. Studies from behavioral finance, like those by Nobel laureate Daniel Kahneman, show we discount future benefits steeply. A $100 windfall today tempts more than $110 next year, even if logic says wait. In wealth building, this manifests as just this once splurges that derail progress, add economic realities, recessions, like 2020's pandemic crash, where markets plunged 30%, or inflation spikes eroding purchasing power, and the uphill push feels steeper. Now let's bring this home to everyday lives where the struggle is most vivid. Consider Lisa, a 35-year-old nurse in a suburb earning $55,000 while juggling shifts and single parenthood. She aims to save $400 monthly for her kids' college, but life intervenes. A $2,000 vet bill for the family dog or school supplies adding up. Her savings hover at $15,000 after years, far from the tipping point. The common mistake? Reacting to setbacks by pausing contributions, thinking I'll catch up later. But time lost is compounding lost. Delaying 5 years could mean needing to save double to reach the same goal. Or think of Raj, a 28-year-old warehouse worker in a blue-collar job pulling $48,000 annually. He invests in a 401k but falls into lifestyle creep. A promotion brings $5,000 more yearly, but he upgrades his streaming services, buys better clothes, and eats out more. Savings stay flat at $300 a month. Young adults like Raj often prioritize experiences, concerts, travel apps buzzing with deals over nest eggs, underestimating how starting small now pays off huge later. Data from the Federal Reserve shows half of Americans under 35 have less than $10,000 saved, trapped by this short-term focus. Middle-class families face amplified pressures. Take the Thompsons, a couple in their 40s with a combined $110,000 income, a mortgage on a three-bedroom home, and two teens. They save diligently $800 monthly into IRAs, but college tuition looms and home repairs eat chunks. They're error chasing hot tips from friends or apps, like pouring money into trendy stocks or crypto during booms only to sell in panic during busts. Vanguard research reveals such market timing costs investors 1 to 2% annual returns on average, delaying that $100,000 by years. Workers in gig economies or service industries encounter inconsistency. Maria, a 32-year-old rideshare driver netting $40,000 variably, struggles with uneven paychecks. She saves when flush but borrows during slow months, accruing credit card interest that devours progress. The pitfall: lacking a buffer, leading to high interest debt cycles. Across these stories, the thread is clear. Ordinary people aren't failing due to laziness, but overlooked habits, underestimating small leaks like subscriptions, $50 here, $20 there, adding to $500 yearly, ignoring employer matches, free money in 401ks, or starting too late, forcing aggressive catches up that strain budgets.